Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Yes, Lord. Yes. Yes, indeed. Y'all know when I'm looking like this, what we doing? We got a reaction today. Yup. Before we get into that, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and make comments as we go along so we can have a conversation, because we got to crack these codes, man. But you know, we heading over to Rivah TV. This one should be interesting. I haven't watched 1 second of it. It's about some the BBL smell. All right. So we're gonna tap in. I'm gonna join the commentary. We'll see if we agree or disagree on this one. But let's have some fun, y'all.
I had to get my BBL surgically removed. My sit-down ear was stinking real bad. I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume.
Some girls, their BBLs reject, okay? And so those incision holes that are around the BBL, right? It's like the stench can come from those.
What's up, guys?
Before Rivah even get into it, shout out to Rivah TV. Y'all make sure if y'all rock with me, y'all rock with the content creators that I do the reactions of. Y'all rock with the content creators that's making the content that we reacting to. Follow everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's love. It's enough for everybody to eat. But this sound like it's about to get wicked, y'all. Let's roll.
Guys, it's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. So recently, this conversation has resurfaced all over again. And if you do not know the conversation I'm talking about, it is the BBL smell. Okay. And so in this video, this woman actually talks about the fact that she had to literally remove her BBL because she could not stand the stench. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, pause, play, give you guys my thoughts, opinions on this entire situation.
Hey, Rivah look good today, y'all. She do, folks. She do. She look good today, y'all.
So this is part 2 on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed. So in part 1, I was telling y'all how my sit-down ear was stinking real bad. And it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger.
Now, I've had this conversation multiple times on my platform. You know, there was a video I did a couple years ago where this woman was talking about how women are not the prize and how they nasty and their hygiene is off and all that. And I reacted to it. And I said it before, you know, a lot of women who act like, you know, they all that and, oh, you can't tell me nothing. I mean, as women, we go into public bathrooms and we see how disgusting it is, the smell, how nasty. Like, there's a lot of women who are out there who are so focused on the outer. But when you look at things like hygiene, it's way off, right? And so, you know, she said that it smelled so awful that she herself could smell it. And I always wondered that, because there's so many women who you go into these, you know, stalls or whatever after, and it's like, you can't smell what I smell. Like, you don't see what's going on here. And so the fact that it was so bad to the point that she was carrying, you know, air freshener to cancel out the smell, which we all know that don't work. It just smelled like, you know, trash and flowers or whatever the scent is. But that should say how bad it really was.
Hey, I'm going through trauma right now, y'all. I'm going through real trauma right now, y'all. Story time. Is y'all ready? It's story time. Before she even get going too far, gee, I know that these women are being honest right now. You understand me? Because fellas, y'all ever had that monkey hit you in the back of your head? I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I had a little John slide on me. I ain't gonna say what age I was. I'll just say this ain't in recent history, right? But I had a little John slide on me. She in the bed. I got big room, big space, right? She in the bed. She like, you got some shorts I could put on? I hope this not foreign to y'all. You feel me? She like, you got some shorts I could wear. Like females will you be chilling in the crib and y'all shit, y'all tank top, y'all hooping shorts, whatever type shit. I'm like, yeah, right. So if my bed in the room, follow me. If my bed is back here, right, against like a back wall, right, then my dresser, my dresser is on that the opposite wall, right? So I'm a solid 7 steps. I'm 6'2". I'm a solid like 6-7 steps away from the bed, right? And I'm in the bottom drawer where the hooping shorts at to get the hooping shorts. On my mama, I go down to get in the drawer to get the shorts. Now my back is turned. The bed against the back wall, my back turned. I go down to get the shorts out the drawer. I'm talking about I get a whiff of a demon. I get a whiff of a scented demon. You hear me? What's that? You understand me? I turn around with the shorts in my hand. She in her panties. So that I'm talking about that monster, that monkey hit me in the back of my head. My back was turned. I'm a good 13, 14 feet away, y'all. You know what I'm saying? 15 feet away. 16 feet away, y'all. I'm talking about it came and got me. I turned around, she in her panties. Oh no. That couldn't have been what I think it was. But as I get closer, I'm realizing it is. And I'm talking about, listen, I'm talking about, and y'all don't even ask. You know I didn't do it. You know I didn't do it. It was super platonic. What? It just got platonic as hell. It couldn't have been more platonic. It couldn't have never, and I never wore them shorts again. I ain't burned them. I just threw them away. You know I didn't do it. Is y'all crazy? Yeah, so I know they not lying, G. Trauma.
It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it.
That is so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. Let me tell you, I feel like the worst compliment, that this just my worst compliments, I feel like, I mean the worst complaints that a woman can get is that she's nasty and that she stinks. I'm sorry. I think those two, you could call somebody ugly, you could say whatever you want. I mean, there's a couple more, but I'm saying the top two is you're nasty and you stink. Like, that is terrible. That's awful. And again, a lot of these women get all this education on how y'all need to go out there, y'all need to get the bag, y'all need to get flued out. And a lot of women, mothers, are not properly talking to their daughters about just the basic hygiene. Not even that.
Well, Rivah, how they gonna pass it down if they don't got it? If they don't have it, because listen, I've never been in a women's bathroom, but I've heard women tell me about the women's bathroom, and it's just like, it's terrifying. I done been working in the office building, and a female tell me a female walking by, and the female I'm talking to about some work shit will stop and be like, that witch don't wash her hands. And everybody thinks she's so fine. And now listen, it could have just been good old-fashioned female hate, but it could have been true too. A lot of dudes in the office used to be at that joint, and she's like, she do not wash her hands. She said, I done seen her come out that stall multiple times. She walked past sinks like they ain't even in there. Damn, you for real? Because I thought the little shit was kind of cute too. I ain't gonna lie to you. But when she told me that, every time I seen it from that point on, just in my mind, I just think about doodoo composite on her fingertips and in her manicure, and it's just, you know, never once again did it cross my mind to be a shooter at that point. I was passing.
You know, they have to go out there, and a lot of times men are the ones who have to bring that awareness to these women.
First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, you know, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that rat eating flesh.
This is
Ooh.
horrible. And it's so ironic because, you know, here she is. I'm glad that she was able to even take accountability enough to say that, you know, he would tell her like, girl, you stink. And she's like, oh, you a hater. You just trying to make me feel bad now because I got a BBL. It's so funny how all these men get the short end of the stick most of the time. When they try to tell you before somebody else has to tell you outside, when they try to bring awareness to you, it's like a lot of women have this shield that they're perfect, they're without fault, can't nothing be wrong with them. And, you know, even when a man tries to bring awareness to you, you want to block it out and call him a hater. Like, think about that. And like I said, these same men are the ones who bring awareness. The same men that women say that they don't need. The same men that women say don't matter. The same men that women talk about how, you know, if there's anything else that you can put your focus on, put it on that, because men are the least of your problems or your worries. Those same men are the ones who actually end up having to bring awareness. So then this woman actually ended up coming forward. And I guess she used to be like a dancer, you know, what kind of dancer. And so she talked about the fact that it's absolutely true that the BBL smell is a real thing.
Y'all know that lady that's on here talking about how she got her BBL removed because it stinked? Let me tell y'all something, okay?
Tell us.
You know, me being in the strip club, me being a dancer, you know, you're around a lot of other girls. Some have horrible hygiene, and some it be that BBL. Okay. Now, there was this girl that I used to work with or whatever, and she was so cool, bro. She was so nice, very pretty, cool. On the, like, if we say slim thick versus thick, she was more on the thicker side of things, right? But besides the point, beautiful girl, okay? Did good, okay? Now, the first time I had ever danced with her, I had been smelling something. Like, I was looking around or whatever. Like, you know, when you smell something, you're like, I know that ain't me. Like, I had smelled it to the point that I went to the dressing room, right? And like, when I worked at Allure, they used to have these showers all the way in the back where the dressing room used to be on behind the DJ booth, right? I like went back there and literally was like, I went to the house mom, like, hey, Miss Rosalind, do you? It wasn't me, okay?
Yeah, hey, you know something funky when you got to check your motherfucking self. And listen, everybody, and that's modest of her too, because it done been. Listen, at some point in life, it done been you. You done been funky, ain't you? Forgot the deal. Everybody, listen, man. Come on, man. Come on. Listen, we not gonna get in here and play. I see y'all eating the seafood crab balls. Somebody catch you before you get a chance to get right, it's gonna be a problem. You see what I'm saying? You gonna have to hum to them. So it's like, but like it's good that but you know something stink when you got to check yourself first. Hold on, it's not me, is it? Yeah. It's a lot going on.
The fact that I think that this is already crazy. I'm at a loss for words. As we can see, I'm at a loss for words. And the reason why is because whenever we have these conversations on you know, these platforms, and women are like, oh, you know, you're such a pick me, you just say this stuff and you hate being a woman. But is it that, or is it that I'm just genuinely telling the truth? Because all these women who are talking about women having horrible hygiene cannot be lying. They cannot be lying, especially working in a place like a club and you're a dancer. I would assume that dancers would have a certain level of hygiene because they, you know, kicking it all open, you know, in people's face and stuff like that. And so to hear a dancer talk from their perspective of being in the club and stating that yes, some women have horrible hygiene, and it was so bad to the point that she would be around people and think it was herself. But women are the prize. But women deserve to have all their bills paid. But women deserve to get flued out and their rent paid and stuff like that.
And they don't wash
like,
up.
I didn't realize like who it was until I actually started to become cool with this girl, because we had went on a trip together to dance out of town one time, and every time she would go in the bathroom, use the bathroom, she would, like, of course you're supposed to shut the door when you use the bathroom, but when she came out of the bathroom, she would shut the door too, and she would be like, "Don't go in there." So I'm always thinking she's blowing it up, like taking a shit, right? So there was one of the days that we were there.
Taking a poop and not immediately going in the shower when you are especially a dance. I mean, if you have access to be able to do that at any time, when you do that, I would think that you would try your darndest as a lady to take care of that. Okay, jump in the shower, even if it's just from the waist down, if you got to. But to be a dancer and even do that and then go out there back to dancing without taking care of that is wild. Okay, that's just so disrespectful.
They do
That's
it.
very disrespectful.
They do it, River. They do it. I didn't got a funky dance before. I definitely didn't got a funky dance before. And she was a certified freak with it too. She was back there doing more than she was supposed to for my $35 and my little 2 songs. You feel me? She was, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, she's nasty. She ain't, obviously, I'm not that type of brother. I'm not getting no twat in the strip club. So wasn't none of that going on, but I'm just saying she was wild with it. Like every private dance is not created equal. You got some of them that, we don't have to get off into that. But what I'm saying is she was certified with it. Like it was, but it was funky though. It wasn't right. And I couldn't properly give her the gratuity that, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't right. I had to lowball on the tip. Because that's one thing about me. I don't give out high gratuity for poor service. It wasn't right. And it's sad to know that they feel like they can just go in the back and put them body sprays on and they gonna be all right. It's not all right.
I'm doing my makeup in the bathroom, and she came and she was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom," whatever. So me, like, I don't know, maybe I'm different, but if my homegirl doing her makeup in the bathroom, I'll come in and I gotta pee and that's it. I'll just pee. Like, not that big of a deal. And I was like, "Girl, go ahead." She was like, No. Like, yeah. So I'm like, damn, she must got in, y'all. So I come out, she pees, and she comes out fast. Not like it didn't take her time. It took pee time. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't long enough for her to take a it was a pee type of, okay, cool. So when she came back out or whatever, she shut the door or whatever. She was like, "Just wait a second to go in there, whatever." I'm doing my makeup. Okay, we're on a time crunch. So I'm like, "Girl, just spray some air freshener or something." I got like, I go grab my perfume. I go in there, I start spraying it. But then like I start calculating in my head, oh, she like peed and it didn't smell like it smelled like ass, but not ass. Like, and I don't know how to explain it, y'all.
That's terrible. This is terrible. And a lot of these women are following all these trends and these fads. And this is such a dangerous thing to do, too. It's not even like, this is like a 1, 2, 3 procedure. Like this is like a very serious procedure that a lot of these women are getting just to fit in and fit the mold and look like an IG baddie. And it's super dangerous, right? And so here you have these women going to these great lengths. And I would assume that if there is such a strong scent, something must be wrong. That got to be some kind of infection or whatever, because the last person, the woman who was talking about it, literally referred to the stench as rotting flesh. That's not normal. That's not normal. And are the sutures closed? Like, are the holes that they're going into closed or open? I'm trying to figure out. Like this
be the issue, River. The women don't be taking care of their post-op like they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? They don't be taking care of their post-op like they supposed to. And some of it be because these chicks will fly to the islands to go get their surgery, and then they may not be getting the best post-op instructions. You know what I'm saying? They not getting a lymphatic, rub downs. They not wearing their fajas like they supposed to. They not taking care of their post-op like they supposed to. And because of that, they not, through like when these women get BBLs, they supposed to be getting a certain type of massage treatment after they get BBLs. They supposed to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? And in that process, that helps with getting rid of some of those fluids. It helps with the holes closing, help with the whole process of healing. But a lot of women, they take shortcuts on their post-op, and when you do that, it's gonna be a problem. I just got surgery. I'm sitting here on a non-operational. I'm getting strong every day, y'all, but I'm on a non-operational leg right now. Facts. Just had a major knee surgery. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bounce back like it ain't nothing. But what I'm saying is the post-op is very important. Like you get I got a pamphlet of instructions. Do's, don'ts, wills, won't, should, shouldn't, play if you want to. You know what I'm saying? All that down to the T. You know what I mean? So the post-op is very important. And I think a lot of this, them smelling like they insides on the outside, is because they not taking care of their post-op like they supposed. I'm telling you, see how many chicks you see get a BBL in the summertime when they shouldn't have got it in the summertime. And then they trying to get right and heal up right before some vacation right quick. And then they going to go be in the pool too soon. Holes ain't closed. They not wearing their faja all day, every day. They supposed to be in that joint all day, every day. Faja be too big. It ain't tight enough. I'm telling you, G, the post-op is real. Don't ask me why I know all this. Leave me alone. You see what I'm saying? But I'm telling y'all, that's what it be. It be the post-op. They don't be handling their post-op. And some of them just be going to bad doctors getting cheap surgeries. Incisions be too big. Don't be sewed back up, right? All type of shit get to going on. I'm telling you, man.
That's just crazy. That's crazy. At first, I thought that they weren't used to having, so much wagging back there. And so their hygiene was just so off that they weren't, taking care of or washing it properly. But to know that it's literally from the procedure itself is just wild.
Really don't. But I felt really bad because I don't really think that it was ever her personal hygiene. I really think it was her BBL. Some girls, their BBLs reject, okay? And so those incision holes that are around the BBL, right? It's like the stench can come from those, even when they're shut, as it's rejecting it, it's like it's still oozing out a smell. Holes closed and everything healed up, it was still like ooze out like a smell. Which
that sounds similar to like, dirty earring back. Like that's the kind of smell that it's sounding like, even when you have like, some people and they don't clean their earrings or whatever, even though it's a piercing that goes through, it will still like omit a certain smell if it's not cleaned properly, washed properly, or cleansed properly. And so what's weird about this is that even though it's, I guess healed effectively, it's still the stench still comes out, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I mean, a lot of these, I'm not gonna say a lot, but there's a portion of women who sometimes they parade around after they get their BBL and it just doesn't look hygienic and it just doesn't look like they smell good. I'm just gonna keep it real with you, but this just brings another layer. I'm just gonna keep it real, and I have nothing against anybody who does anything, who does, do whatever floats your boat that makes you happy. You have to live in your skin, right? And you got to be good with yourself. But unfortunately, a lot of these women who are doing these procedures are not doing the proper research of all the things that could possibly happen, and it's scary.
I ended up looking this up because when this girl gave the story on how she got her BBL removed, I was like, oh, maybe I can speak on it or whatever, because I remember being around somebody like this. But yeah, when y'all be wanting to do these surgeries and stuff, y'all need to do all y'all's research, okay? Because if your skin declines to anything, you don't know what could happen after that. But I will tell you, there are some girls, I'm not saying no names, who got a little BBL smell. Okay. And I think that I don't know how you would recover that, because all the perfume, all the Febreze, all the body oils in the world do not cover it up. And I could tell you, like with this girl, when we was out in public, like the more I was around her, it was a scent. It was like a part of her body odor. You know how we all have like our individual like scents and stuff. Like it was a part of her body odor, and she would wear perfume and everything, and I could still like smell it, to the point where I'm not gonna hold you, I stopped being cool with the girl, because in the dancer world, you are who you hang out with. And if I'm cool with her and she want to dance with me, we in a bag, not around like, which one of you? It was never me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to be around that. So I like made it to where like I didn't want to dance next to her. She was such a cool, she really was. And like granted, like when I cut her off, she never knows why I cut her off. But when I cut her off, she started talking about me anyways after the fact. But that was the reason I cut her off, because it really was a cold turkey situation, just because like I couldn't be surrounded. And then they ain't gonna let you tell them that they stink on some friendship. Like, hey boo, I don't know what it is, but like dancers, they not gonna take it the way you think. So I didn't ever say anything. I just stopped being cool with
Yeah, G, and I feel sorry for the. I mean, I do and I don't, right? Because you voluntarily got cut on. But let's liken it to something that's more relatable to a lot of people. Like a lot of people have had cavities before. I just had my very first cavity of my life, like some months ago. I got my wisdom teeth took out, but it was like all the way in the back. It was a wisdom tooth that was like partially impacted. Nevertheless, though, like the hole in the tooth got big, and like certain foods I eat like a clean diet. So I eat a lot of like vegetables, spices, like onion, garlic, like a lot of like stuff like that, herbs, flavorful foods and stuff. That stuff get caught back there, man. And you could be walking around like your breath could be stinking, you don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit make you hyper paranoid, all type of shit. And you walk around in a constant state of paranoia. Imagine having like some secretions coming from like your hips and shit like that, and it just got you like smelling all day, and you cognizant, you aware of it and shit like that. Like you can't even live in peace, yo. Like that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. You like, yeah, I got a level of empathy, but it's like you chose to get cut on, like, and you probably was already cute. Like the way God made you, you was probably gonna make the same money. Like you ain't even have to go get no surgery, most likely. A good gym membership and some discipline probably would have did this woman just fine. And now she got to deal with this until she can, afford to hopefully get it corrected. That's tough, yo.
with the girl, and it would come to a point where we would be at work together, and she would walk up like, "Hey, G," da, da, and I would be like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'd be like, "Oh, hold on 1 second." Like I would find any way to get from around her.
This is crazy because even obviously, you guys hear the conversations I have here on a daily basis, but obviously, even as women, like, we know that women are unable to take accountability. We know that you can't tell women nothing. We're very well aware of that. Like, there's some women who you get around them and you see that they're doing something that's either harmful to themselves or, something that's just distasteful or something that doesn't look good, and you can't tell them nothing. They'd rather cut you off, stop talking to you, than take into account the things that you're saying. It's very rare that women will be able to be held accountable. And then when you have those kind of women, it's like y'all are locked in. Like, okay, yeah, like, girl, you're gonna tell me if I'm doing something right because I'm gonna tell you. And again, it's a very rare occasion, a very rare occurrence. And it was so bad that she couldn't even tell her what the situation was. She just had to distance herself because she's like, "No, girl, you nice and everything, but I don't want nobody confusing that horrible stench with me. I don't want nobody getting us confused with one another." And I don't blame her. Okay, because what did I say? The top two. Again, there's way more, but the top two is nasty and you stink. I can't. I can't.
Because I didn't want her to think that she could stand around me and we work together.
Hold on. Now listen, I did a video. I want y'all to reference something. Go on I'm gonna make it the end of this video. Go to my video of No Fugazi, where the chick was calling herself a 10. It was a dancer on that video talking about she's not a dancer, she's the entertainer, she get all the money. This dancer right here can get some of my bread for sure. You hear me? I'm gonna pay at least probably a light bill on this right here. You know what I'm saying? Shorty on the No Fugazi, and that's why I said what I said on that one. Y'all will see it if you haven't seen it already. When y'all go watch that one, y'all will see what I said about that dancer. But that's why I didn't believe the bullshit when she was saying that on the other episode, because this is a dancer that you see, like, it's levels. She talking about she's the entertainer and nobody touching her. Please, all she got to do is walk in. She don't even got to hit the stage yet. Long as we know you work here, she gonna get some money. This other chick talking about, nope, man, come on, man. It's bullshit everywhere.
Oh, but yeah, some girls do have BBL smells, but it's because their bodies rejected. I think it's either their incisions or the BBL procedure. Like, because you're harvesting fat, then they're putting it back in. It could be the needle that gave you an infection that they used to, put it back in. It could be anything, but that's why some girls be thinking. And if you are one of the stinky BBL girls, go to the doctor, because perfume ain't gonna cover that up. You might have to really get a whole new BBL or something, like get everything removed, let them clean out the incisions and everything. They might just be able to open the incisions, go an inch or two deep and clean out whatever. But like, it's not just a like, oh, I can cover it up. No, it becomes a part of their body odor. For real. For real. I wish people spoke more on like the side effects of BBL.
No, you know why? You know why, baby? People ain't gonna speak more because everybody so they don't nobody want to be normal. Nope, everybody want to be super perfect, yo. Like just casually in this video, I told y'all about a cavity that had me paranoid about like why we can't just talk about like people y'all don't go through shit. Y'all not normal. We not normal people. We don't all have experiences, yo. Like you ain't never played basketball too long and end up being the musty nigga on the court. Like you ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all, like nobody want to be normal. This is why people who are willing to be vulnerable end up making it big at whatever they doing. Willing to be authentic, willing to be unashamed. There's nothing anybody's going through that they're alone in. Like, but everybody's so scared to keep it real, fam. Like you've been the stinky person in the party before it happened. It happened. Oh no, I ain't never been that. But you been something else then. You ain't lived your whole life just absolutely perfect, fam. You done peed in the bed. You done did something, fam. Like that's why people don't. That's why people can't talk. That's why people so scared to be honest to even go fix their problems because they can't get past the shame or the embarrassment that they might feel for being normal, for going through something that thousands, possibly millions of others going through. That's crazy, fam. You know what I'm saying? It befuddles me. I'm lost. I just don't get it, yo. Like, why y'all just can't be normal? Like, we all normal. Like, fam, like, yo, I'm podcasting right now. Y'all, I do my episodes, my code languages and all that stuff. Cool. You know, I talk about past career endeavors. I talk about my music stuff, whatever, right? But I done been around like famous people and these people with all this money and stuff. I don't brag and boast and name drop and all that silly shit, but I've been around some really big people. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like their clout and all of that stuff, right? And these people are normal. Like some of them be weirdos, but like even being a weirdo is normal. It was a weirdo in your high school. It was a weirdo in your middle school. Like there's archetypes of people, fam. Like it makes me sad that people just can't even like people just feel like they just can't even be honest about nothing no more. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's roll.
You know, yeah, it could be great or it could be hard as a rock. Yeah, it could be soft or it could reject and you have this smell for the rest of your life, right? Like, I need my BBL come to the front. Like, I know, like, granted, even the girl that came on here and was like, oh, yeah, I removed my BBL. First of all, I love her mother accent. I could listen to her talk just because her voice is so funny. But even with her being brave enough to come on here and say, hey, I had to get this removed because it really my life. I really had this smell. There's not a lot of girls who are going to do that, especially now, you know. But I commend her on being brave enough to come up on here and tell her story. And, you know, for me, I'm going to bring light to it because I know that. Yeah. And if the girl who, you know, knows that this is about her sees this, it ain't no pressure. Okay. I know I probably should, like, granted, we wasn't friends like that.
So now it seems like she's trying to make a disclaimer now to the girl because she's talking all this stuff about the friend, and obviously that friend is probably going to see the video and know it's about her. But what she was saying about the other woman, I agree. Like, I like when women come out and talk about these negative occurrences because it genuinely deters some women away from these things. Like, I saw a lot of comments on Instagram where women were like, you know what, this might be my reason to not do it. Because of all the other risks, which there's so many risks that are way worse, right?
Yeah,
but
death.
A lot of these women like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want nobody talking about I smell. I don't want to smell. I don't want nobody thinking I smell. I don't want to, you know, even get into that kind of, you know, situation where people think it's me. I am just gonna go ahead and, you know, X-name myself out of that situation. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go to the gym. And a lot of women, like I said, are doing this stuff to please other women and also to make it seem like they are better than other women, right? like, oh yeah, she don't got no shape, she got hip dip, she got this, she got that, and they want to have, they want to be the one that is the most, curvaceous around their peers. And again, there's so many more side effects, there's so many things that could happen, there's so many things that go wrong. And it's just so interesting to me, and I have to keep saying it, that women stand in these places acting like they're so deserving of all these different things, when in actuality there's so much knowledge that a lot of these women actually don't have. Right? These women who want the leverage, who want to be looked at in a certain way, who want to be desired by certain, a certain caliber of men. But there's these conversations where, again, your hygiene is not even right. Y'all don't know how to cook, can't clean, hygiene terrible. And you're expecting men to jump through all these hoops for you, and they don't even know what they're getting out of it in return until that air hits them, and then they're like, wait, hold up.
Yeah,
like,
it'll hit you in the back of the head.
Like, we was cool, but we wasn't friends where I was like, I could have been like, girl, hey, it's something going on. Like, how I'm going to clock you? Smell. I can't clock you. Smell. Like, no, but yeah, that's why I started being cool with you. And then you started hanging out with me and talking about me and all this. So I guess it worked out in a favor, but I'm sure those same that you went, it was talking.
All right, it's getting catty, y'all. I feel like I'm in women's business. Here we go. It's turning into that, y'all.
About me, because I don't see you around them anymore. It was probably because of the BBL smell.
You see? And this is so funny.
Hey, this whole video that the little cute shorty made, the whole shit was shade from the dough. It was masked up, and then the mask came off, then she put the mask back on, then she slid the mask down a little bit. The whole video was shade. Like, shit, you shitted on shorty. I mean, it is what it is, but hopefully the shame will push her to go do what she need to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as, going to the doctor and all that and getting that worked out, for sure.
That girl stopped being friends with her, wasn't aware of why, the two of them stopped being cool, started hanging out with other girls who were not going to be real with her, who are not going to be honest with her, who were probably around her just to kiki with her, and then talk about all that mess behind their back. This is why the sisterhood don't make no sense to me. Okay. Oh, you're not a girl's girl. What's a girl's girl? Because girls don't be having girls back. Because if you really had her back, even this woman in the video included, you would have been like, girl, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I say this with love. You might be mad at me, but so be it. We don't got to be cool. I'm just going to let it be known. You got to smell. Okay. And that's why, women who get around me, they know. I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry if it's going to hurt your feelings, if you're not going to like it, I'm not going to have you around because maybe you genuinely don't know. And if you don't know, I'm going to let you know. Girl, I smell something. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Just, what you got to do? Just go do your own whiff test and come back. Because I'm telling you, I ain't lying. I would never lie to you about that. I'm going to let it be known. I'm that girl. I'm the girl that's like, girl, you got something in your teeth. Okay, we talking, but you got a little something right here. You need to fix it. Girl, something on your face. Girl, you got something on your pants. Like, I'm that person. And women don't like it. But at the end of the day, we need women like that. We need women who are going to call women and bring that awareness, because majority of people are not self-aware. And they need somebody who is going to bring that awareness just in case they are not aware of self. But I like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. All
right, let me lock in. Again, make sure y'all tap in with Rivah too. But look, man. Yeah, man, this one was very interesting. It was educational. It was informative. It was funny. It was disheartening too, man. But it's just like, we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. You got to listen. People got to get back to being all right with all the truths, right? It's like we only want convenient truths. You know what I'm saying? If something is a little bit inconvenient to hear, but gonna be overall helpful, people got to start being more receptive to that. Because oftentimes, you got people who don't say nothing because it's so demure for everybody to be a politician when they speak and make everything sound nice and sound good. Sometimes you just need to tell somebody a truth that's gonna hit them a little hard, but it's gonna help them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Every single homie I got that's overweight, I talk to them about their weight, and I do it as often as possible. They probably be getting irritated, but if you irritated, go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Every homie I got. If I see one of my homies and I ain't seen them in a minute and they done put on 70 pounds, I'm like, hey boy, you done got big. You know what time it is, right? Oh yeah, I'm finna get on it. Hey, big dog, I would if I ain't love you, I wouldn't say nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's how I'm coming with it too. So I guess we are liking that way. But make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We finna go on to the next one. If you don't do nothing else, stick to the codes. Classic shit.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and I harden the flow. They don't